Hello, guys, gals, and non binary pals. Thank you for joining us for another episode of GSC's Girl Pod. If you're watching this on YouTube, you may notice this one looks a tad bit different. This time, we are not just a duo, we are a trio, and we've got a jazzy new look for it, too. I'm your host, Candy, and I'm joined by V, as you all know. V, how you doing?
I'm very well, Candy. How are you doing?
I'm good. And our special guest today, our first guest on Girl Pod. Not because I told him last minute that he had to be a guest, but because he really, really wanted to be here. We have another one of Gamer Social Club's writers. We have Sean. How you doing, Sean?
Hi. And yeah, it totally. I would have done it regardless. It's fine. I would have done it regardless. It's not like I don't live in the same house as Candy.
I promise he's not a stalker. We're married.
Yeah.
It's safe.
Yeah.
Nothing offered to see here. It's fine. It's fine.
He's not being held hostage. This is not a hostage situation.
I hold myself hostage plenty enough because I work from home. I hold myself hostage. She doesn't need to do it.
Yeah, see, I'm not holding anybody hostage. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. If you're tuning in for the first time, second time, but not the last time, yes, this is Girl Pod, small joke, grown into a podcast, and this time with our first guest, where each episode will talk about gaming from our girl perspectives and our guest perspective. But before we start, if you're not already following the channel, please make sure that you click that subscribe button if you're on YouTube, or if you're on your favorite podcast service, make sure you subscribe there. If you subscribe, you will also be able to catch the weekly news podcast where V is on with the rest of the UK gang, and they're catching you up on the news. There's also the party chat every Friday. And if that is just not enough, if you feel like there is more news, reviews, and editorials that you need in your life, please make sure that you check out gamersocialclub.ca. That's the website that we all write for, that we will lovingly refer to as GSC. You'll find all the editorials, guides, news, reviews, previews that you need, written for gamers, by gamers. We are not professionals. We are just people that really have a love of gaming and want to share it with everyone else out there. So check it out, because there's stuff going up there almost every single day. There's reviews, there's games maybe you haven't heard of, but it'll be your new favorite game. So make sure you take a look. So what are we all drinking today?
Well, I have another beer from Dot Brew. So if you were with us last week, you would have seen I was drinking the Sidestep IPA. This is an Easy Amber. It's an amber ale, done in the American style. It's just really, really nice. Not too hoppy or overly flavored or anything like that. It's just a really nice, easy drinking amber ale. Again, for a nice Saturday evening in the UK now. So yeah, that's what I'm having.
I'm back on my nonsense with my cotton candy cider. So you've all heard me talk about 1911. You've all heard me talk about the cotton candy cider. It's sweet. It's 6.9%. It's one of my favorite ciders. I wasn't sure. It was questionable at first, but it has very quickly become probably number 1, number 2 cider, especially for the summer.
Yeah.
And Sean,
Still makes me upset that you don't like the autumn one that they do.
the cotton candy one?
No. The autumn 1911 that they do. The one that you did not like. That was the one that was like the the apple cider donut one, or something along those.
That one was just okay.
Too much.
It was just okay. I don't know.
And I, because I'm on medication that may cause an adverse reaction if I drink on it, am having a lovely non-alcoholic Athletic Brewing Company. Now, non-alcoholic beer has come a long way from O'Doul's, from what I've been told. This is the Free Wave Hazy IPA.
Nice.
It's
I
got a
like a
little
hazy
ASMR.
IPA.
I do
Ew.
too. I typically do as well. Now, if it's not alcoholic though, that's what makes me curious.
Mm-hmm. First sip, first reaction.
That is weird. It starts like an IPA and then immediately stops. It's like IPA water. I'm like,
Oh.
Oh
it's
no.
not bad. It's not bad though. It's not bad. It's if you do not drink anymore, you don't drink, but you've always been curious what an IPA tastes like, it that's pretty close. But it's tolerable.
All it's not
But I
It's
mean,
awful.
better than
it's
no
hoppy,
Guinness.
and that's really all I was asking for from an IPA, honestly.
That's not awful. I mean,
Mm.
I always joke because I don't know enough about like non-alcoholic beers, and I don't like beer in general, for the most part. So I always just joke that like anytime someone's like a non-alcoholic beer, I'm like, oh, well, Duels. That's the only one that I know. But I know that non-alcoholic beers come a long way. Somebody was talking to us yesterday, about like a non-alcoholic Corona, and I was like,
They
oh,
had that at the store. I did not get
I'm sure. But yeah, there's a lot more non-alcoholic, and not just, I shouldn't say just beers, but in general, there's also a lot more like non-alcoholic drinks, right? Mocktails have become like
Yeah.
a thing, right?
There's
The
I have a
there's even
bottle.
non-alcoholic spirits, which is
Yeah.
the most confusing one to me. I'm like, because don't get me wrong, I love whiskey, I love bourbon, I do like my gin, but the concept of like having non-alcoholic spirits, I'm like, I don't know
Oh, you
why.
have.
I don't. There we go. Tanqueray
Yeah.
00.
Yeah, I bought this for a friend.
Mhm.
This is I don't want anyone that I know to see this and think that I drink non-alcoholic gin. Like,
Okay, but
but
when the
no,
podcast blows up and everyone goes back to watch the past episodes, they're gonna see this.
yeah. So just so they know that I bought this for a friend that then didn't want it. But yeah, non-alcoholics. I think again, you're right. If people don't drink, they can't because they're on medication, or
Yeah.
even
Mhm.
just like you've got people coming around, people need to drive. It's always good to have some non-alcoholic options, and I think it is a good thing that there's so many now.
No, I
Yeah.
Mhm.
agree. There's definitely some. I mean, the one that confuses me the most, and it is on your side of the ocean, non-alcoholic Guinness. I'm like, why?
Non-alcoholic.
I don't get it.
So I'll let you into like a little bit of the V lore, but I actually work for Guinness.
Oh
Um,
shit.
so, but actually, I don't. So the non-alcoholic Guinness actually tastes fantastic.
Does
It's
Okay.
the
it?
only non-alcoholic beer that doesn't taste like a non-alcoholic beer.
Hmm.
I personally, if I'm going to have a Guinness, I'm going to have a Guinness. But it is like the highest selling non-alcoholic beer in the world. People love them some non-alcoholic Guinness. You can get it on draft and everything. I think it's the only non-alcoholic beer that I've seen like on full tap as well.
Huh.
Like,
Uh,
so you
yeah,
can get like
I'm
a full non-alcoholic Guinness for some
I'm
reason.
trying to think. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen a bar or a pub that has like non-alcoholic on tap. Like you have to specifically like it's in a bottle. They probably have like 6 of them,
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah,
like we'll maybe use these in a week, maybe. But I
yeah.
mean, I'll have to try because they do have the non-alcoholic Guinness at our store nearby as
Hmm.
well. So maybe I will pick it up and see because I am curious. I think as you get older too, the more and more you'll have like a drink, especially like when it comes to like beer and like you'll have like 2 drinks. It's like I feel awful. I'm like bloated, gassy, and I'm like I don't need this necessarily.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
that's
it's
why
good to
people
have the
get.
option.
I feel like that's why people get older though, and then they're like, okay, now I'll have a martini. I'll have like an old fashioned, right? It's like you stop having as many carbonated things. I say this as I
Hmm.
cracked open the cider, right? But it's like, oh, I can't have all the carbonation. I'll just go straight for the hard stuff.
My dad will have 1 pint at the pub and then he'll move directly on to drinking halves of whiskey,
I'm like,
that he then mixes other whiskey into. But I feel like
mm.
that's just a very Scottish perspective on how you drink it at night on in a pub. Like, it's like, yeah, let me put some whiskey liqueur in my whiskey. Like, it's fine.
No, the one time when we were on honeymoon, we did go to like the Guinness factory out in Dublin.
Mm.
Um, and I will say, as someone who doesn't really enjoy beer, I did like the Guinness that we had there. And
Mm.
I now understand that, like, yes, Guinness does taste different in different places. And it
Mm.
seems like it's because of the care and attention that goes to the taps.
Yeah,
Yeah. It doesn't, they say it doesn't travel well. Um,
I believe that. I
I believe
100%
but
that.
believe that.
yeah, but yeah, you do get the best pint of Guinness, and the way that they train them in the Guinness storehouse is wild. Like all the bartenders are trained to pour the perfect pint of Guinness, and if you don't pour the perfect pint of Guinness, then you can't work there. Like, so I'm like, yeah, yeah, I'll take a nice Guinness. I wouldn't usually drink out of a can. It's a draft beer, I think, but
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
had the can. I mean, the tap is the best. Like the cans are like the closest second. The bottles, absolutely not. I'm like the bottles are just like. I think it's like the Guinness extras, and I'm like I don't like the extras really to begin with, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
this is just like drinking motor oil at this point.
Yeah, the extra strength is a Guinness. We do extra strength in like a Guinness export or something.
hmm
But it sells really, really well in Africa. But it's like
They
That's
said
what they
that.
told us. They
27%.
told
Yeah.
us there. They're like it sells really well, and it's like I guess because it's just such like a like caramelized malty flavor. I'm
Mhm.
like, maybe it just works there. I mean, I like the foreign extra that I had while I was there. But the
Yeah.
thing is, you can't find that in the United States. Like, you have to hunt for that, and you probably still won't find it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
I'll send you some. I'll get some out of the shop and I'll send some over. Like,
heck
like
yeah.
We'll just get on the flight over and we'll go over to the UK and we'll just
hmm
have it
yeah,
all together.
yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah, we can then just hop over to Dublin for the
Yeah.
weekend.
It's not that long
Dublin's
of
Yeah,
a
nice.
flight. It's fine.
it's
Dublin's a
only a
nice city.
it's only a 45-minute flight from Glasgow Airport. Like you can barely have a drink on the plane. You're like up and down. Like
That was me having a beer when we flew from Dublin to Heathrow.
yeah,
Like I'm like I crapped out the beer. I'm like, and we're already descending. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Chug it down.
Just
I
shotgun
think
it.
that
Like
was
it's
I
fine.
think that was the one time when we were in the UK that I had the brick red that
Mm,
is that what it is, like the brick red that Guinness does, and it wasn't bad, but
yeah,
I'm like I still prefer the Guinness, like just like the
The
regular
classic.
Guinness. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Guinness is delicious. I love a Guinness.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
like
like
I
a
said,
breakfast beer.
I'm not a beer person, but like having it there, and we did we upgraded to like the fancy tour or whatever, where they took you like the nice private room and you got to practice like your perfect pour. I had a perfect pour.
Yeah,
But to be fair, I had also bartended for years, so you know,
there you go. Yeah.
after years, I should be able to have a decent pour. um, but like I just remember being like, huh, I don't hate this. Another sip, like, okay, I get it. Could not do that here. Not at all.
No.
Sorry, America, we don't have good Guinness.
No, I
Yeah.
think you might. I think certain pubs you might be able to find it. Like a few, like the like down in like like Manhattan, New York City proper. Some of like the Irish pubs there, yeah, they maintain their lines well enough that I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll get a Guinness here, and I know it's gonna be pretty comparable. It's
Mhm.
not gonna be perfect, but I'm like, it's gonna be probably the better option that I can get as far as the other bars that exist in New York City.
Yeah. The pubs with the actual like people who are originally like from the UK who have come here and opened up like legit pubs. Or as legit as they can be.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Proper pub. Proper old man pub is what we would call them in the UK.
Listen, if I walk into an Irish pub in the city and I'm greeted by the bartender and he's Irish, I know I'm set. Like honestly, because that was the last time I think I had finished up work early and I was killing some time. I just popped into a pub and I'm just like, and like the bartender Irish, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good here. I don't need
I'll
to
be here for the
run.
rest of the night.
Yeah.
Even when I don't remember the name of the place that we went to when my mom was in town, and it was like everybody had an accent, right? And it was like this great. The food was amazing. Like, I don't remember the name of the place.
Oh,
It was very much like an
oh.
O'Mulligan's or like a
Yeah,
something like that,
yeah.
right? Just some last name, right? Like
hmm
not even like this so and so pub, just a last name. That was it. And my mom has not lived in New York City for 10 years, but like the food and the burger had stuck with her from
Mm.
like being here 10 years ago. And that's where we went. And it was like, the waitress, accent, bartender, like everybody. And it's like, okay, this is going to be solid.
Yeah.
This is going to be great. Cool.
hmm
Yeah.
In. Done. And it was fantastic. So yeah. But speaking of people with accents, well, accents to us, right? Because we did pre-screen our guest because we are going to let our guest give the fantasy guest pitch, because while you are the real guest, Sean, you are not the fantasy guest. But if you
Fair
had
enough.
a podcast and you were trying to get a guest on your podcast, who is your fantasy guest and how will you pitch them?
Devora Wilde, I know you're watching this. I know you're listening to this. Lae'zel, the character you voiced in Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 on the data slates. I do not remember what your character's name was. It's I need you to come on Girl Pod and talk to these lovely ladies about your love of ranch. That's really what I want you to come here. Because, I mean, listen, Stephanie is also American. So she also loves ranch because that just seems to be the thing in the United States that we love ranch. We love ranch dressing. Ranch dressing and privatized healthcare. But still, regardless, I think you'd be an amazing addition here. You have such honestly her TikToks are great. Like her TikToks are just her just being a goofball. And I'm like, see, this is what I love to see. You voice Lae'zel, the like again, first and foremost, Lae'zel's bae. She's the only romanceable option in Baldur's Gate 3. I will hear nothing else. And secondly, she's such a sweetheart, Lae'zel. At the end of the day, you just gotta get through that rough outer shell to get to the sweet inner side that basically just says, I want someone to actually just love me at the end of the day. So yeah, that is my pitch.
So Lae'zel is kind of like me, which is why you like Lae'zel. Just get through the.
You're not
the
nearly
hardest-
as spicy as Lae'zel.
I mean, I'm not. It's fine.
Never once have you said don't shower. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Okay,
I'm gonna
that's
shower.
not spicy. That is just that's
Gross.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but
We don't kink shame here. Like,
no. If you like the stench, the natural musk, be my guest. But that ain't it for me, fam.
Fair.
I need you to explain to me what ranch actually tastes like because I have never had ranch.
How do you describe ranch?
That's the tough thing is trying to describe it. It's kind of like it's a little sour. It's a little bit. It also depends too. It's like what brand you're getting or if it's homemade. Because if it's homemade, it's going to taste wildly different than something that is like bottled and sold in the store.
Get that Nature
So it's
Valley's
kind of
ranch.
Yeah, Hidden Valley or like Wishbone or any of
Ooh,
those other like
Wishbone.
brands. It's sour. It's a little bit tangy.
Mm-hmm.
Because like even like the spices that are in there, they're all like pretty tame spices. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. And I feel like I should know this, but I don't.
And so you literally do cooking streams once a month.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
so just because I do cooking streams once a month does not mean I have a full knowledge of food.
No, but you have a better palate than I do.
Valid.
So I
I know
looked up.
that the blue Doritos in the UK are called Cool Original, but I believe in the US they're called Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch.
They don't taste like ranch,
They
and
don't
I don't
taste
know
like
why
ranch.
they
Okay.
call. I don't know why they call them Cool Ranch because they do not taste like cool.
Oh.
They don't taste like ranch.
Yeah, I don't understand. So, okay, a quick Google search says the best ranch dressing, tangy and creamy, which I will say ranch, if it's good, is a little tangy and definitely creamy.
Yeah.
The ingredients in this specific recipe are mayonnaise, sour cream. You could do buttermilk or regular milk, depending on like how really tangy you want to go. Just a little bit of dill weed, dried parsley, dried chives, onion powder, garlic powder, fine sea salt, cracked pepper, and then lemon juice, like to taste. So a little bit of lemon juice to taste. So there is a lot of definitely like tangy. I don't want to say bitter, but just a little bit of like a edge, like with the bitterness from the lemon.
Okay. It
very
sounds a bit similar
flavorful.
to sour cream and onion, which we would have here as a dip.
It's close. It's honestly, it's not the same, but it's close.
That's probably the
It really is
closest.
close. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see the vision. Like,
Yeah.
it sounds like I would like that. I would dip things in
Yeah.
that. Like,
Oh yeah. The ranch is one of those vehicles that just works for pretty much everything.
Yeah.
It
like-
really does.
You need a dip for like some veggies, you get ranch like dressing on the side.
Pizza,
Right.
ranch.
Pizza ranch. I mean, ranch can even be like a topping. I've seen, some pizza places where they do like a what I'm trying to think of how they bacon chicken, like bacon chicken ranch.
Chicken bacon ranch.
Chicken bacon ranch. Thank you. I'm like, there's a specific order that they put in.
Yeah.
I don't normally order it because I'm not huge on bacon, which I know seems very un-American of me. Sorry, I just don't dig on bacon that much. But so like ranch has just become like it can be part of any meal. It could be part of your salad, it could be the dip, it can be a topping, like whatever you want it to be. But what I'm hearing then is that when we get Devora on Girl Pod, Sean can make us a homemade ranch, and we'll fly V out to do a
Exactly.
live in-person Girl Pod,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we'll compare different ranches.
Ranch tasting. Yeah, I'm up for that. That
Yes.
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yep.
do homemade, we'll do Wishbone, Nature's
Hidden
Valley. I'm
Valley.
sure we'll pick some
Hidden
ranches
Valley,
up
yeah.
from like whatever, Hidden Valley. We'll pick some up from like different restaurants nearby, because they each have like their different like mass produced
that
ranch.
they use, yeah.
So we'll do all the different tastings, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
Is US ranch really all that it is cracked up to be?
Okay, we can do
I
a
will
tier
say-
list of ranch. Like-
I will even say that even within the United States, it is very regional as well, because it's like it is popular in the Northeast, where it is the biggest of hits is the Midwest. That's just where ranch is king, honestly.
I feel like in the Midwest, people like drink ranch.
I
I do
mean,
not recommend it, but I feel like the way people talk about ranch in the Midwest, and if you're in the Midwest, please comment below, do you drink ranch? But it feels like the way they talk about ranch, like it's in the fridge all the time. You wake up in the middle of the night, you need a midnight snack, you pour yourself like a glass of ranch. That's what it feels like sometimes, the way they talk about it.
The way you said I would not recommend it implies that somehow at some point you have also drank ranch.
No, thankfully no.
I probably have at one point, but again,
Just like, I tried
there's.
it. Meh.
I mean, listen, I drink hot sauce. I think even I did a cooking stream one time. I had a bottle of Frank's Red Hot. I just started drinking out of it because it's basically just vinegar. Like it's vinegar and a little bit of like pepper puree, and that's basically all it is. So
You say that as if it's a really normal thing to just drink vinegar.
it's not. It's normal for
Yeah,
me. It's not normal for anybody else.
Not normal to drink ranch. It's not normal to drink hot sauce. It's not normal to drink vinegar.
Next, you're gonna tell me I shouldn't be drinking pickle juice either.
Oh no, I will stand by that. I love it.
I
Okay,
would say
fair
there are
enough.
people-
I will
Valid.
drink.
That's
Yeah.
a normal. Yeah.
Yeah. Shot of bourbon. Full. I'd had some picklebacks at the pub last night.
I
with
love
the
it. I love pickleback
house-made pickle
shots.
juice. It was
I
so
love,
good.
I love, and I always like, see people who are like, oh, picklebacks are so gross. Like picklebacks are delicious. They're they're two of my favorite liquids: whiskey and pickle juice, pickle brine, basically.
And they stop me from having a hangover because all of the electrolytes in the pickle juice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
that's
fair.
definitely true. I definitely didn't have a hangover today. Definitely didn't have it.
definitely didn't have
I
a
just don't like
hangover.
pickles.
No, you don't.
What? That's weird.
I don't know. I don't like pickles.
I don't think I've ever asked you what it is you don't like about them.
I just don't dig them. I don't know.
Is it like the fermented quality to them? Is it like the really acidic bite of like the fact that it's been steeped in vinegar for like
I mean, it might be the
however
very,
long?
very acidicness of it. I know
Yeah.
there's like sweeter pickles. I know it
Mhm.
also depends on the pickle that you have, but like, I don't know. For the most part, I don't like pickles. And if I order like a burger or something without pickles, and it still has like, and someone put pickles on it, and I pick it out, depending on how juicy those pickles were, I will still taste like that pickle flavoring like right in the back of my mouth, and I'm like, when I was younger, and I know people did this also just I guess for fun, or maybe I'm weird. I don't know. You can tell me in the comments below if I'm weird. Like if I would go to like McDonald's and I would say no pickles, but they still put pickles in it, I would take all the pickles out, and then I would like put a layer of fries in the burger to try to like compensate for the pickle flavor. So
That's too. That's just too much. That's too much.
That's how much I don't like pickles, that I would try to like mask whatever hidden flavor there was. And, I'd be
And
like,
the
"Yep,
wild
this
thing is,
out."
McDonald's pickles are the tamest pickles out there too. Like they are paper thin, have like no flavor to them.
Okay. To be fair, that is also because McDonald's has become very cheap. When we were
Valid.
young, the pickles were not that thin, and they were very like, I feel like they were literally like picking up pickles, or at least the McDonald's I used to go to. Like they were like, I feel like they were picking up pickles, and all the juice just ended up on the bun, and I was like, I don't want
Yeah.
this. I don't want this.
As somebody who made burgers at McDonald's, that's exactly what happened.
Yes, and
that is
I didn't
exactly
want
what
it.
happened while I was making the burgers.
No.
Ooh.
You know, this is why you're also a menace in Overcooked.
Yeah, I know. That again, valid. Listen, I want a clean kitchen. You're in the way of me chasing rats. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm trying to cook the food for the people. Okay, we last episode talked about like getting a game of Peak together with 4 of us, and I said that you had Peak, right? At least with Peak, you can't you know, make it really awful for people, because if we ever play a game like Overcooked with 4 of us, right? Good luck trying to cook anything while Sean is in the kitchen. Good luck.
Yep.
Because he will.
Is that not
bump you
the
out
whole
of the
point
way.
of the game?
Thank you.
No, the point of the game is to cook the things and to serve it
No,
to the
that's what I meant.
customers.
Like
But-
cooking is that not the point of the game? Like to cook
According
things.
to Sean, that's
Only
not the
played-
point.
the point is to keep a clean kitchen, and you can't do that if there's rats in there.
Why is there rats? Is there always rats?
No, some of the levels do have rats.
Okay.
I should specify this. Not every level in Overcooked has rats. Some
Yeah.
of them do.
Okay, so the levels that don't have rats, why are you bumping me out of the way when I'm trying to cook something?
For the content?
For the content, he says.
At least you're honest about it. What
I
about when you guys are
don't
streaming?
lie. I don't lie. I'm like, yes.
Like- Just like you do this when we're not streaming. What content? Like
It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. And you know what? Some days that's what you need.
So beware, if you play Overcooked with someone like Sean, you're not actually gonna cook the things. You're gonna avoid
help.
getting bonked.
I'll do the dishes. But I'll do the dishes and beat up the rats. And hopefully not in the reverse order.
You're gonna do it in whatever order it happens. Who are you kidding?
Oh, very valid. Very valid.
yeah, but we don't have to worry about that on Peak. We just
We
have to
don't.
worry about us not knocking each other off of mountains.
Very true.
Okay,
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the cannibalism perk. That's all.
So
I'm waiting for the cannibalism thing. That's all I'm saying.
I asked V this last time, right? So
Uh-huh.
hypothetically,
Duh.
if there's a day where the 3 of us and Harry get on Peak, right? Because that's who we
Would
were
I play?
talking about. Yeah, the 3. Yeah.
Sure.
If the 4 of us get on Peak,
Duh.
who is the first one to succumb to like? Who is the first one to take advantage of the cannibalism trait?
Not even a question. Not even a question. Literally the moment your health drops to 0, I'm eating you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that response because I said the exact same thing, apart from the fact that I always die first, so I'll never be able to use it.
Listen,
Yeah.
if I happen to die first, use my body. This is my body given to you.
Yeah,
In
you
Peak.
can carry it up the mountain so
Yeah,
that we can just
exactly.
eat little bits at a time
Mhm.
to keep us going. So the Bing Bong can see the top of the mountain.
Could you imagine though if you could actually store the body parts in the bag? Like how you can stow the foods?
Oh, that would be so good, especially because 2 of the bits are just like the loops on the outside of the bag. You could just have like
An arm and a leg.
Just-
This is my snack.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sure they'll add that as something you can do. Dismemberment and then later cannibalism. Like
I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if that is in conjunction. That'd be like, we're gonna have cannibalism. Yes, you can store the body parts in the bag. It's like, great. That's all I need is to know.
that's all I wanted from the game. Like
Yes.
10 out of 10, game of the year.
Game of the year. Game of the year. Game of the year. Move over Night Rain. Move over.
Expedition 33.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Claire Obscure. No. Peak.
Yeah.
Peak is
Neither
peak,
of the 2 of
you know?
you. Yeah, you didn't let me eat my friends, thus I do not want to play with you anymore. Like
Oh my god. I can't wait for Harry to listen to all this and be like, Maybe I don't want to play with these fools.
Listen, listen, I will try to get us up the mountain. But just know that if you die, I'm going to eat you. Like, that's really all it comes down to.
Yeah, as long as no one's deliberately trying to murder anyone else for the cannibalism, then I think it's fine.
No.
Yeah, because again, we need to do it for Bing Bong. Bing Bong deserves to see the top of the mountain. Like,
I think the first time we played, I think I spent a good chunk of the mountain just with the stupid little trumpet, just playing it while we were walking. Like, we need bag space. Like, I'm not getting rid of the trumpet. The trumpet
Literally.
The first time Harry and I played it, I picked up the trumpet, and his immediate reaction was like, "Oh no, you found the trumpet!" And I was like, "Okay, I'll put the trumpet away."
I think we were playing with somebody, and he's like, "Oh, you found the trumpet?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is staying. This is staying. This isn't going anywhere."
Oh my god! So this is what you have to look forward to.
Yeah, no, I'm up for that. Just chaos, just abject chaos.
Literally, that's what it will be. And again, if you're watching this or listening to this, put in the comments down below if you want us to play Peak for your enjoyment as well as our enjoyment, because we could just play it ourselves. But if you want to see it, gotta comment and let us know. We can't read your minds from all the way over here.
No. Let us know if you want to have Harry to have a really bad day.
Honest truth, there's a sporting chance that I'll be the first one to die anyway, because I'm normally the one that just eats whatever I find on the ground in the game. I actually did get I did get the achievement of eating 5 different types of mushrooms in one game, which knowing full well that apparently most of them are poisonous.
Yeah. I have eaten things sometimes that have poisoned me, and then I just don't say anything. I'm just like, "Oh, eat the berry in the background," and then I'm like, "Oh, I'm poisoned." And Harry's like, "We could probably go up this way," and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I can get up there. I've got enough stamina."
Great. I love that for you. You go. You got this.
Go up there.
I'll be right up there. I'm just gonna
V's
eat
like
a snack.
V's retching in the corner. Like, you're fine. You got it.
I'm just gonna stay here with Bing Bong for just a minute. Just a minute. Like, I just need to make sure Bing Bong's okay. It's not me. I didn't eat anything without telling anyone.
No, Bing Bong said they needed a break.
Yeah,
a small break. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Oh my god. No, that's gonna be an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what else is an experience though? We said on this podcast that we are not cozy gamers, even though that seems to be the impression that a lot of people have of female gamers. So an experience is having a male gamer talk to us all about their love of cozy games.
I love cozy games, for the record. I love cozy games. Don't get me wrong. I play my Dooms. I play my Phasmophobia. Don't you worry. Those games exist in my repertoire. Cozy games for me are like, I can turn off my brain. Because Lord knows it's normally a sideshow in there. Cozy gaming, I'm like, I can turn it off a little bit. I can turn the volume down a little bit on it. But yeah, I view cozy gaming as just like a nice way to just kind of relax. Not for nothing, I have enough stress sometimes in my life to be like, I don't want it to then be I'm getting stressed while I'm playing a game. A case in point, I love Doom. For those who've played the more recent Dooms, Doom is a little frantic and fast and chaotic, which I do love, don't get me wrong. But there's definitely days where I'll be sitting there, I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do that today. Today's been a long day. I'm like, I'm not going to boot up Doom Eternal and be running around the map chasing imps that I can't shoot at because I have terrible aim in first-person shooter games. For the record, I have atrocious aim in first-person shooters. But no, cozy gaming is just a nice little. It's just hard to describe. It really is hard to describe. I think it's also for me. It's like I think sometimes too, cozy gaming can tell a nice little cute story, but doesn't need to go all in on like graphics, all in on like bombastic like cinemascapes, things like that. And that's really some of the things I do appreciate about cozy gaming.
Yeah, let's talk about the obsession that you had with Animal Crossing that led to us having to purchase, and I say us, me, having to purchase a second Switch for the house because when the pandemic hit and Animal Crossing was the thing that people played to get through the pandemic, I could not get to the Switch to play anything because Animal Crossing was always freaking running on it. And then it would
Yes.
be like, oh, I'd be like, oh, can I use the Switch? I'd be like, oh, well, hold on, because I have to close this out on my island because if I don't do this, it won't save right and or whatever it was, every single time. And I just got to the point where I was like, screw this, I'm just gonna buy another Switch. And if you've been listening to earlier episodes of Girl Pod, you know that the reason we got the first Switch was because my parents gambled enough at Dave & Buster's to redeem points to get the first Nintendo Switch that we had in this house. I could not wait for them to accumulate enough points for another Switch, especially in the pandemic. So I just had to go online and buy another Switch to be able to play my Switch games because somebody was so hooked on Animal Crossing and building an island and giving Tom Nook all his bells or whatever it was.
Tom Nook's behind me right now. Tom Nook is behind me right. Actually, I'm not gonna be moving around too much, but he's on my bed. Don't worry, I have a Tom Nook stuffed animal. Don't worry. Yeah, I fell hard into the Animal Crossing rabbit hole during the pandemic. Very hard into that rabbit hole. And the thing is, too, that was my first Animal Crossing game. I had never picked up one beforehand, but I will say, for the most part, too, most cozy gaming exists on two places: PC and Nintendo properties.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I didn't have a Nintendo platform to play on. Like, I think okay, so I was a Nintendo kid that went to Sony. Then finally, within the past maybe 5-10 years, it's been kind of back to Nintendo, but kind of in free float anywhere because I'm not beheld to one specific console. Hot take: I think the console race is the stupidest thing known to mankind. Whatever you like, you can like, and you don't need to get into arguments with people about it on which console is better. They all do the same thing. If you enjoy the games on it, just play the fucking games.
Agreed.
But yeah, I started like literally, it is in my bio on GSC. I literally started with the original Game Boy and Tetris and Super Mario and the Kingdom of the Six Gold Coins. That was my first experience with gaming as a child.
An absolute banger of a game.
Such a good game. Such a good game. Criminally underrated how good that game was.
Yeah.
But from there, it was the Nintendo 64. And then we got a PlayStation in the house. And then it was kind of like we had the PlayStation, I think it was at that point it was a PS3, I think, that we had. Okay. Yeah, it was PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3, I can't remember honestly. But then I went to college and I didn't have any console at college because dorm room space, and not for nothing, I had friends that had consoles, so I'm like, I don't need to make a point to go get one. Then, I had a Wii. I basically used it as a Netflix machine because that's really all I did with it. I should say it. I did play most of Super Mario Galaxy. I did enjoy it. I would like to go back to that game because I did really enjoy the motion control mechanics of that game. I thought it was pretty inventive for the time. But yeah, I mean, outside of Nintendo and PC, Sony and Xbox don't do cozy. Actually, I'll step that back. Xbox does now because of the Xbox Game Pass. Yeah. That is why you have access to your cozy games on there now. Historically, you did not.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they have gotten a lot better with their indie showings and stuff. But yeah, I would never think about playing a cozy game on PlayStation. If you're watching the cozy directs or something like that, and they say it's coming to all platforms, I'm like, oh, so Nintendo and PC. If you're watching any other showcase and they're like all platforms, I'm like, oh, all the platforms. But specifically if it's the wholesome direct, I'm like, oh yeah, Switch and PC. You're writing up the showcase, and I'm like, oh no, they mean everything. Wait, what?
They really mean everything, huh?
Everything.
You're putting this on PlayStation, really?
But again, it's one of those things that most times a cozy game doesn't need the power that a PlayStation has, an Xbox has, hell, a PC has.
Yeah.
Again, I went out and got this new piece. Don't get me wrong, it's old at this point. It's running a 3070. It's old at this point in the grand scheme of PC gaming. But yeah, I got it. Like, one of the first games I'm playing. I'm like, I'm gonna buy Stardew Valley again. I'm gonna buy Stardew Valley again. What else are you playing? I'm playing Unpacking. I'm playing. Uh, I would say In Stars in Time, but that actually wasn't a cozy game.
No, that wasn't
In
that
Stars in
cozy.
Time looked cozy. It was anything but cozy. But
Little Kitty Big City.
Little Kitty Big City. Loves Little
I
Kitty
did
Big
play Little
City.
Kitty Big City actually. I don't. It's like relatively cozy, but I think there's maybe there's a distinction between cozy games, the way that I sometimes think about them, and what everyone would consider a cozy game. But I thought Little Kitty Big City was just a fun little platformer collectathon.
Yeah.
It is.
Which
It's
is
No,
like
no,
it's a
100% what it
cozy
was.
platformer.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
it's like one of those like hybrid genres.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes when I think about cozy games, it's more you're farming sims and you have to make your own fun, and I can't make my own fun because my brain doesn't work that way. So it's like if you give me something, just like do whatever you want, I'm just like play something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say the one thing I will say about the and I know there was a period, I want to say it was a year or two ago, where it was the direct that was basically the farming sim direct, where
Oh my
every game that was
God.
on there, it's like it has a farming component. And don't get me wrong, I love
Ugh.
farming games. I'm like, I don't need this many. I really don't. It's also like, how many times, I hate to say it, are you gonna reinvent the mechanic of farming?
Mm-hmm.
How many times are you going to reinvent it? What's going to make it uniquely different from another game, essentially?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
do you think that we should just call Stardew Valley like the peak of the genre, and people should just move on? Like,
I mean, I would be lying if I wouldn't be saying that the moment Haunted Chocolatier comes out from Concerned Ape, I will be buying it. But yeah, I mean, I do really think that Stardew Valley is Stardew Valley is the modern era one. The original, Harvest Moon, that was the original, the progenitor of the kind of cozy farming sim game. I played a little bit of Harvest Moon when I was a wee young Sean. I loved it. I felt awful when my cows were sick. I felt even worse when I farmed too much when it was raining. And it's like, you're sick. You're not going to be able to do your farming today. And there's nothing more depressing than knowing you can't maintain your crops because you overworked yourself in your fields the previous day.
that doesn't sound very cozy. Just like you can't even play the game, just be sick in bed. Like,
I mean,
I
it just
know.
it blips by like that. You basically you lose a day essentially. So it's not like
yeah.
you're like sitting there for the full like duration of your day. It's just kind of like, but especially it can be tough when you have some of those games where there are very much like a certain like, this day this thing is going to happen. If you miss it, you're gonna have to wait, and in some cases you're gonna have to wait a year for it to happen again in game. So
It's it's crazy that like we go back to like the Harvest Moon, because then I think about everything that Harvest Moon has either like inspired or spawned.
Mhm.
Right? So obviously a lot of these like farming sim cozy games, feel very inspired by that.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people sort of forget, and I forgot this until I wrote the review for the most recent Rune Factory game that came out, right?
Mhm.
So Harvest Moon spawned Story of Seasons,
Mhm.
which then spawned Rune Factory.
Mhm.
Rune Factory, in its most recent iteration, while it still does have some of those farming elements and stuff, looks so different than where it came from, right? And how it's grown. Because even so, the most recent Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, there is a farming component, but it's so far removed to the point that you don't even have to do it. You can literally make other people in the village do the farming for you, which is what I did, so that you can focus on the RPG elements.
What is the point? What is the point? If you're gonna have a farming mechanic, either you're doing it or nobody's doing it.
Well, you could do it if you wanted to. I was like, I don't want to do this. I want to get the
Yeah.
story. I want to do the RPG stuff. Like, I want to go and ride on the dragon and figure out like why my ex-fiance is fighting me. Like, that's what I want to do. Sorry, spoilers. I mean, I know the game's only been out for a few months, right? But like, that's what I want to do. Like, I don't care about this farming, right? I thought the
But
town
what about the
management
grocer that
was
needs
fun.
his carrots? What about the grocer that needs his carrots?
Well, he could work with the other people in town to get the carrots. What do you mean?
It's not his farm, it's your farm.
They are working together. It takes a village, okay? It takes a whole freaking village. I'm out saving
To
the
raise a
world from these
child, not get some
dragons.
potatoes out of the ground.
Okay, well, how do you raise a child? You have to feed them, right? You might as well help feed other people too. Yeah, look at it. You just want to, like, we would have two very different ways of playing these Rune Factory games. You'd want to be like, I'm doing the farming, and I'm like, give me the story, give me the content. Let me go on the dates with the characters. Let me get my romance up with these characters. Let me do this thing.
I came to a realization. If Candy ever played Minecraft, I know she won't. I know she
Yeah, I
won't.
don't like Minecraft.
I go through phases with Minecraft. Sometimes I will be like, that's all I'm playing for a few weeks, and then I will not touch it again for months. Candy would be the one adventuring, fighting monsters, exploring. I'd be back being like, I'm gonna build the best goddamn house on this world.
Just two completely different type of gamer, right?
100%.
Yes. 100%. This is why we don't play many games together, because he's like very much more relaxed and cozy. But meanwhile, you can play The Sims and you can build stuff in The Sims. You don't do that.
I don't do it that much.
Mm-hmm.
Also
like, The Sims is a cozy game if you choose to be cozy about it.
But I think that really is also a key component of like cozy gaming as well. Cozy gaming is what the person makes of it too, and I think
because I can't be uncozy in Stardew.
I mean, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. You have plenty of options to be absolute dicks to the people in town.
I can't send a rabbit to murder them.
You can't. That's valid.
I can't remove the ladder from the pool.
You can't.
I have no idea.
That's also true.
I've never played Stardew. I'm like, what's going on?
No, she's talking about Sims. She's talking about The Sims.
All the fun things that you can do in The Sims.
To kill people in The Sims now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I've not played the most recent Sims.
There's like expansions that you can that are in there. So there's like a farm expansion or whatever, and with that one, if you turn like the cheat codes on, you can send like a murderous rabbit to. I mean, it can happen on its own, but like you can do the cheat to like make that happen. Yeah, and that's not even a mod. That's like just turn the cheats on in the DLC version of the game. Yeah, like
give yourself unlimited money.
Yeah.
Build a pool, drown everyone in the pool, switch the game off.
Exactly. You could drown the people in the pool. You could put them in the basement to make all the artwork that you're gonna sell to make your sim who lives above.
The art farm.
Yes. Yes. You can't do that in Stardew. You can't do that in Animal Crossing.
But I think the thing is too, when going back to Minecraft, when you're saying like, why don't you do that in The Sims? The Sims just gives you everything. Minecraft, you have to build everything. If you want this, you need the resources to do this. That's what I do like about it. And it's also not for nothing. It is not all laid out in front of you. You have to, I mean, yes, are there guides online? Yes. Have I looked at a single one of them? Absolutely not. I very much in the mindset of like, I go into Minecraft every time because I always leave it for a half a year and then go back. I never remember how to play it, what I'm doing, where to find things, what makes what, how to use certain things. No, I'm just there to dig some holes in the ground and make a pretty house. That's what it comes down to.
Do you play any other survival crafting games that are not cozy?
No.
Yeah.
I already know what you're gonna go for. 7 Days to Die. Never played it.
No. It's I personally don't like survival crafting games at all.
Same.
But I don't like Minecraft because I just find it a bit boring. But I don't like, and I've played some cozy games and I don't necessarily hate them or anything. They're just not my preferred genre at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's interesting that if you can't make things and do all the hunting and getting all the resources to make it cute and make it cozy, then you're not interested in playing it.
Yeah, because like the 7 Days to Die, the Valheim, the like.
No
all of
interest.
those. Like that's the thing. I know those that you're not interested in those, but it's a similar concepts.
Actually, I will scale that back. There's 2 games I have not played that I actually 3 games I might like. Raft. I would like to play Raft at some point.
Hmm.
And I do think
You
that
get
is
attacked
a
by sharks all the time in that.
Yeah, I know. I'm well aware, don't worry.
Sharks!
Raft, Subnautica. I did what I played
You
of
started
Subnautica
it,
I
yeah.
did like.
Mhm.
And actually this is a weird one that I even think even Canada be surprised about. The Forest.
I mean, I'm not surprised by that,
Yeah.
but
Because the Forest, I mean, yes, there is a story. Yes, there's kind of like shrieking monsters, but I'm like, at the end of the day, there is a sizable crafting component to that game as well.
Okay. I can make a nice log cabin, like ignore the shrieking monsters. Just like,
Yeah.
oh, what's going on over there? Never mind.
I don't care.
Like,
I don't care why our plane crashed on the island. I just want to
yeah,
build my house. It's the ambiance of those shrieking pale monsters. I'm like, you just got to deal with that.
yeah, it could just be a big bird or something. Like, you never know. Like,
Exactly.
you just ignore it. Like,
could
no.
be. Could be. So, I have a question for you about all the cozy games.
Hmm.
Why do you think that there is such a perception that cozy games are the types of games that, like, women, females, female identifying people play, as opposed to, like, guys like yourself?
I think at the end of the day, it just comes back to sexist stereotypes. That's really what it boils down to at the end of the day, is that the perception that the woman is the meeker of like the meeker. They're the ones that need to be supported. They're the ones that are more emotional. They're the ones that like don't like violence, things like that. And they're like, yeah, and yes, those are horrendous stereotypes. And whereas the male is like, I want to go out and kill things, ooga booga, bang on head with club. And I'm like, don't get me wrong. I have plenty of games that I play that are like that. Trust me, I've been playing Space Marine 2 recently. That's just blood, and more blood in that game.
Again,
But
a banger.
it's I love it. But at the end of the day, I do think there is that association too. That even like I think it's gotten better. I still don't say it's perfect. That there is the very toxic mentality that male gamers will have, like, well, girls can't play this game. It's like people can play whatever the fuck they want at the end of the day. And I always love I always love having to have that conversation. Not that we have to have it that often, but like the stereotype of like, oh, Candy would love this game. It's like, no, Candy would hate this game. I would love this game.
Yep.
But I think the people that know you at this point know you don't do cozy in any way whatsoever.
No, yeah, I feel like they try to get me to play cozy games as rage bait at this point.
They do. I was there when she streamed House Flipper, and let me tell you, House Flipper did not go well with her. Power Wash Sim did not go well with her.
Yeah. I think
Although
House
to be fair,
Flipper
Power
was...
Wash Sim just put you to sleep. I think that's more the issue.
Yes, it put me to sleep, and it didn't help that I was doing that during a 24-hour stream.
No, that's valid.
Okay.
That
That'd be
didn't
good though if Phrase comes on as guest for the pods, because he loves a sim. He's not a cozy gamer, but he will play anything if it's got the word simulation in the title. Like
I believe
just
that.
like firefighter sim. Like I think he played one the other day. It was just like hole digging simulator.
Yes, because I sent that to him because somebody
I'd play it. No, I would play it.
Somebody sent me the
That's the man
code.
thing though. It's like there is a man stereotype, and it's not even it's not a stereotype. It's like if a man sees another man digging a hole, he will go over.
I gotta see like what's you doing.
Yes, no,
and then they will all just stand around the hole to be like,
and just watch.
Why are we digging a hole?
No, I got the key to that game, and I was like, I will never play this game. Like, this is just not a me game. And I was like, let me just throw it out there in case somebody else wants it. And but I knew that I was like, if Frey sees this, I feel like he's gonna jump on it. And he did. And I was like, okay, because I've gotten other, like, sometimes it'll just be like, oh, you stream and you have this many views, so here's this game we want you to play. And I'm like, I have no interest in this. Right? But I was like, okay, wait, I know there's an audience for this digging a hole game. It is not my audience and it is not my stream, but maybe somebody who enjoys these games can give it a shot and a real true review. So like, I put it out there and I was like, I kind of know that this is gonna happen, but I'm putting it out there, and it did. And like occasionally he was just giving updates of like, I've dug the hole. I was just like, okay, so yes, like the whole digging simulation looking. I mean, because I remember the premise of that game was basically like spoofing the guy who lost the hard drive that had like 2,000 bitcoins on it.
Yeah.
Right. So it was spoofing that.
I remember that.
Yeah. So that was like a true story where like some guy
Yeah.
had a hard drive that had 2,000 bitcoins when bitcoins were worth nothing, and
Yeah.
now obviously
and like he couldn't find it.
he couldn't find it. So in
Yeah.
the game, you were playing a person who like has lost something very comparable. I don't think they call it Bitcoin; they call it something else. And you are now
Dogecoin.
looking. Yeah, it's the Dogecoin, and like you are now looking to find that hard drive, and that's why you're digging the hole. And I think more stuff happens after that, but like that's the initial premise. And I was like, I'm never digging a hole. I can't flip houses. I can't power wash. There's no way in hell I'm digging a hole. Like, just no. Because literally there is a clip of me playing House Flipper, and it's like
Screaming.
it's just screaming. Just screaming about like whatever and cursing to the point where like when I stream I normally have the avatar and the eyes on the avatar are twitching because my eyes are twitching playing this cozy game, and I'm like, this is awful. Who lets their house become this disgusting? What are these roaches? What is this? Why can't I find this one spot to clean? Why is this a disaster? Just me yelling at everything, and people are like, this is so cozy. And I'm like, how is this cozy? I don't understand.
I think the tough thing too, unfortunately, what it also boils back down to as well, is that it's the stereotypical view that like girls don't game. And it's like if they do game, it's like, well, they want easy games. They want games that aren't stressful. They want games that don't really have a story. They want like something that's cute and it's going to be easy and it's just going to make you feel good. It's like dudes can want to feel nice and cozy too.
Yeah.
Somebody works in mental health. Like, yeah, it's okay to be loved. It's okay to think something is cute. It's okay to feel warm and fuzzy inside. I feel it all the time when I'm playing Animal Crossing. Not all the time, actually, because fuck that fox that sells fake art. But
yeah.
But-
Yeah, men are allowed to feel cozy. This is the tagline of the episode. Men are allowed to feel cozy, and women are allowed to be incredibly violent. This is what we've learned. Like,
let me jump into my roguelike games. Let me shoot things. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me put people on the hooks in Dead by Daylight, and like let me be very tactical in whatever game I'm playing. I don't want to be cozy. I don't want to do it. Don't force me to be cozy. I will ruin your cozy. You think it's a cozy game? I will tell you why it's not cozy. Okay?
I've heard your rant about Stardew. I know.
Yes. How dare you trigger generational trauma with, oh, your grandfather gave you the rights to this farm. I don't have a grandfather, okay? He abandoned the family. How dare you trigger me with this? How dare you, okay?
But also, men, it is okay to be cozy. Like, just just don't do it in front of Candy.
Women can be violent. Men can be cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Have you never seen like a female teenager, like a female fight in high school versus like a male fight in high school? Women fight dirty, okay? Let's not act like they can't be violent, okay? I think they're more violent than some of the guys sometimes. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm. I think the tough
we can
thing
all
too is
enjoy a little bit of cannibalism, but only in peak.
Only in peak.
Only in peak. I think the tough thing too is that it's also there's the culture of people don't get called out for it online as well either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but that's one of many things that people don't get called out for online as well.
Yeah.
To be like, you know, the
absolutely.
internet made it be like, you can just hide behind a username. No one's going to know it's you. It's like, yeah, but that doesn't give you carte blanche to be a dick at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if
Mhm.
you wouldn't say it to someone in the pub, then probably best not to say it to them on Reddit. Like,
Exactly. I mean, well, the way that the world governments are going right now, everyone's going to know who everybody is. That's a whole different matter. Topical.
Yeah. Oh no.
I mean,
Uh,
listen, it is topical. Listen, you know
Yeah.
what? You want to know who I am and what nonsense I'm playing? Fine, but let me play my nonsense then.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
let's be real. I have a smartphone and I have a Fitbit. I already know y'all are tracking me, okay? If you're gonna track me, can you at least let me play whatever game I want to play?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. I'm not doing anything illegal. This is
yeah,
the best thing is people are like, well, if you're not ashamed of it, then why would you want everyone to know? Like, what, or why do you care if people know? And it's like, I don't care if people know. I just don't like the government to have
Yeah.
absolutely all of my data. That's not the same. And
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of it. I'll tell my friends what
yeah.
weird little game I'm playing on Steam, but that doesn't mean I want like the fucking government to know. Like, like,
You
what do
know
you
what?
mean? This is not
I'm
the
gonna
same.
I'm gonna
Like,
go on a tangent. I'm like, no, I want the government to know what weird shit I'm playing.
Yeah, you know what? Let them know.
You get to deal with this.
What are you gonna
yeah,
do about it?
Yeah.
yeah.
I pay my
You gonna tell me
taxes.
you gonna tell
Okay.
me I can't race horse girls in Uma Musume Pretty Derby? How dare you?
Look,
I thought this was a free country.
Thought this
I'm
was America. Thought this was America.
listen. I'm contributing to society. I'm contributing to the economy. I pay my taxes. I sit here and I play my game. Who cares? Okay? Who cares that someone sent me a copy of Hentai Elf and I redeemed it? Okay? Are you mad about it? Why are you mad? Because somebody bought it for me and not you? Too bad. So sad. Get over it.
I mean, valid for me when I got the copy of Honey Pop and I had 4 different people message me on Discord like, "Yo, what are you playing?" I'm like, "I'm playing Honey Pop." I'm like, it's a bubble matching game that just happens to also basically have porn in it. It's fine.
Whatever, listen. I don't
Oh,
remember what episode I said it. 3 episodes ago? 2 episodes ago? I don't know.
Mm.
Whatever. Video game sex is the safest sex that you can have. You're not gonna get an STD. You're not gonna get anybody pregnant. It is safe
Valid.
sex.
Valid.
which hentai elf were you sent? Because I just looked it up on Steam and there's 3 different ones. Like,
Oh
is
God, I don't even know. I don't even have Steam open right now. I will take a
I
look.
do. So I actually no, I don't have Steam open either.
It was
they all look
paper.
very similar. They're all like little tile.
They're all all those games are basically the
They're
same.
all the same. Match 3, unlock part of the picture, look at pretty picture.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's pretty
Look at-
picture. I don't know. Could be an ugly picture.
Could be.
Well,
Whatever, you know?
two of them
it
are
also-
just like straight up naked pictures at all times. The other one just seems to be just like less full on pornography.
Sorry,
but
it's
yeah.
hentai arrow elf, and then I also have hentai fox.
Oh.
Although I think one might be from my library, one might be from yours.
Possibly. I don't even know what's in my Steam library anymore. I've gotten to that. Gamers, you know the deal. You don't even know what the hell's in your Steam library at this point. You'll run across things like, whose game is this? Is this mine? When did I buy this?
When did I buy this? When did I redeem this? Why did I do this? And especially like if you're in the Game of Social Club Discord, you'll see that in the gaming chatter occasionally free games pop up. Because we work to have that bot show up in there, right? So if you're on Steam or Epic, it'll pop up with free games, and as long as you redeem them, they're in your library. Every once in a while I look through my library, I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I'm like, oh yeah, it must have just been whatever free game was there. And I was like, free game? If it's free, it's for me. And then I'm like, I'm never gonna play this. I
But I
added
have
it,
it.
but I have it.
Listen, sometimes those free games be a steal though. But I didn't pay I didn't pay a dime for my copy of Death Stranding, and I'm like, I'm looking forward to when I play it. But yeah, I didn't pay for it.
Oh yeah, that was like Epics for like around
Epic's,
Christmas,
yeah,
right?
Epic, like one of the really big ones that Epic gave away is like, we're gonna give Death Stranding. It's like, hell yeah, I love my walking sim.
I redeemed it. I don't know if I'll ever play it, but I redeemed it. I'll watch the movie.
I'll play it. Yeah, I'll play it at some point. I don't know when, but I'll play it at some point.
I mean, it's long, I think, from what I've heard. And like I know that we have friends who love everything that Kojima does. I don't know that I've played anything fully through that he's had his hands on.
Mm. I mean, really, it's Metal Gear, Death Stranding, and I know I'm missing something.
Yeah, I can't think of one that I've ever played. Like I've started a Metal Gear game. I've never finished a Metal Gear game.
Yeah.
I know they have a really cool pop-up apparently that's coming to New York City next week.
For what?
Oh,
for
that'll be for Delta.
For Delta, yeah.
Delta.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the only Metal Gear I've actually played any of is Metal Gear 3.
Yeah, they have some pop-up like experience. Because I know they're like giving things out. And I'm like 99% sure that Sea Dog is there as part of the pop-up experience, because why not?
Of course. That man just doing everything. Well, that also explains why he also recently streamed all of Metal Gear 3
He's been
on
streaming
Twitch.
all of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I think actually this podcast will come out after the experience happens, but Sea Dog, if you're in New York, come join the podcast. Come join the podcast.
We will be recording next week, but you can join another day. Like,
You
it's
can join
absolutely
another
fine.
day.
Like...
You're here. Just, stop on by. No, yeah. I don't think I've played any of them like fully through, and I understand some of the memes. I understand the appeal, but I'm not a like I'm just not like a fan. And I learned maybe within the last 2 years that there's even like a whole convention for Metal Gear, right? And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
wow, there's a whole like, I mean, I knew the games existed, but didn't know they were so popular. And like to be like, oh, there's a whole convention around this. That's crazy. Because I know they exist, but they're not on my radar of like, these are the games to play. And then I'm like, oh, but some people really love this.
Oh yeah, some people are really, really into Metal Gear. Yeah. I will say I've played a few of them and they are very good games.
Yeah.
But I've not played Death Stranding. I think the idea of, is it like an hour-long cutscene at the end for the
It's
ending?
longer. I'm pretty sure
Isn't
it's
it like
longer.
2 hours?
Something like that, yeah.
It's a movie.
Yeah,
It's
'cause I remember...
it's long. It's long. That's all I know is I'm like, it's long.
Yeah, I remember Metal Gear Solid 4. Is it Guns of the Patriots? There's a cutscene in that I was around with my friends because I didn't have a PS3 and it was like a PS3 exclusive, I'm sure. I was around with my friends and we were playing it together. And there was a cutscene. At a certain point, we were like, "How fucking long has this cutscene been going on? Like, what is like? Is this not a game? I'm so confused." Like, and then
Okay,
we just went to get a beer or something.
Okay, so the ending of Death Stranding.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2-hour long cutscene. That's basically a movie.
That is
That
a
is
movie.
no, absolutely no. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sure it's a fantastic game. I've heard really good things, but I'm not sitting through a 2-hour cutscene.
I mean,
No.
I think that's the joke that Hideo Kojima would just be so much better. I'm like, just make a movie at this point.
Just make
Don't even
movies.
couch it in. Just make it. Don't. I mean, it's a game. It's like, but there's a cutscene every 5 minutes. I'm like, just make a movie at that point.
And you know
It's like,
what?
what if because you presumably can't pause it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Some games allow you to pause cutscenes, some don't, and I'm not really
Mhm.
sure with Death Stranding. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would hope you would be able to pause it because, like, what if you get a phone call? What if you have to go to the bathroom? What if
Yeah.
it's just like
Oh, I'll
2-hour
I'll
cutscene?
wander away. I'll wander away mid cutscenes when I'm playing games to use the bathroom. Normally I'll have my headphones on, so I'm like, I can hear whatever's going on. I can't see it, so it'd be really confusing if something crazy happens and I can't see.
Which sounds like something that would happen in a Hideo Kojima game.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I never want to hear people complain about like JRPG cutscenes ever again. Like, ever again. Don't you dare tell me that a JRPG cutscene is too long. Like, a Final Fantasy cutscene is too long. A Persona cutscene is too long. This man is putting 2-hour-long cutscenes. Like, that is longer than movies that you have to pay for to go see in the theater.
I'm going to have to look up if you can pause the cutscenes.
I'm getting a free 2-hour movie though. I didn't pay for Death Stranding.
I mean, yes, you didn't pay for Death Stranding, but like, and that's only the ending cutscene. That's only the ending. There's probably other cutscenes within that. How many hours? I would be curious. How many hours is it of cutscenes versus how many hours of it is actual gameplay? What is the percentage?
Oh, I don't know. You can pause the cutscene though.
Hey,
So that's good to know. That's good to know. You don't have to just watch the full
Sit
2-hour
there.
cutscene in one
I don't
go.
have to sit there and watch Mads Mikkelsen for 2 hours.
Yeah.
He's a handsome
Yeah,
man. Don't get me wrong, but like,
how much time of all cutscenes in Death Stranding?
Yeah, like, I'm curious.
I think you can also pause. You can also skip them. But I
That
feel
wouldn't
like,
surprise me.
but I feel like then
Why?
you're gonna miss
Yeah.
out on this story.
Right.
Well, there's around 7 hours of cutscenes in Death Stranding.
7 hours of cutscenes, and 2 of that is at the end.
I love it.
eh,
That's wild. If you take out the cutscenes and Death Stranding just becomes a walking sim, does it then become a cozy game?
No, because you technically can be attacked by monsters while you're walking.
Okay, fair. I mean, but you can be attacked by monsters in Stardew Valley.
You never see them though. That's the thing.
They fight you in the cave.
I thought you meant like at night if you pass out because it's too late. No, yeah, in the caves is different.
So then, if there's monsters in Stardew that can kill you in the cave, and monsters that can, like, get you in Death Stranding, if you just skip all the cutscenes and the story and you just walk, cozy game.
Valid.
Cozy game for guys who say, I don't like cozy games, but then play a walking simulator for like 50 hours.
so I think the ending cutscene in itself isn't one big cutscene. There's like small bits of gameplay in between it.
That almost makes it worse.
That does almost make it
honestly.
worse.
Yeah, but the whole ending of the game is about 2 hours long, and it's a lot of cutscenes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, the longest one, non-stop, apparently is 31 minutes.
That's still a
Still a
lot.
lot for a
Half-hour
cutscene.
long cutscene.
Yeah, but yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 has the final cutscene in that is 71 minutes long. Like,
Ooh,
Insane.
damn.
That's
So not
insane.
quite a movie just yet, but very close.
No, that's like a Disney. That's like the early '90s Disney movie length.
yeah, that's the straight to video.
That's straight to
Disney
Yeah.
VHS.
sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's like Lion King 2, Pocahontas 2. I'm pretty sure there were sequels to both of them, which
There's definitely a Lion King
confusing.
too. I think there's a Pocahontas too. Most of them had sequels that were straight to like home video.
The Lion King 2 is amazing. It's called Simba's Pride, and I had it on VHS, and I will say it's a banger. You should definitely watch it.
I can't watch any Lion King anymore after the bastardization they did with the Mufasa movie. I can't.
What one was that?
Oh
Was that the live action one?
So they did the live action. Okay, I know.
I'm gonna let her. I have the bladder of a 5-year-old. I'm gonna let her go on her Mufasa stance for a moment. I'll be right back.
And you've heard this. You've heard this before.
I have. I've heard this easily 5 times, if not more.
Okay. So here is my problem with what they did with the Mufasa movie. Okay, so the Mufasa movie is live action. It is a prequel to The Lion King, right?
Yeah.
The problem is that in the Mufasa movie, it turns out that Mufasa is adopted by Scar's parents, right? And Scar has a different name that when it's like in Swahili or whatever language they're using, and I forget exactly what the name is, but when it's translated to English, it basically means like trash or like rubbish or like whatever. So Scar's family is the ones who are like in charge of Pride Rock and all this, and Scar is truly the rightful king until his parents adopt this other lion cub and then are like, you know what? Forget our actual child. We're going to be all about this Mufasa, right? And Mufasa's going to be king, and Mufasa's going to be the golden boy and the one that we care about. So with that lens, then when you watch The Lion King and poor Scar is off with the hyenas and stuff, and he's bitter about, you know, Mufasa being king and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, yeah, of course he's bitter. That should have been him. But Mufasa showed up one day like, hey, how's it going? And Scar's family are like, oh, you know what? You look way better. You could be king. Like, that is some bull. Like, how are you gonna do that to your own son? Like, that ruins the whole thing. And then that puts such a different perspective on the moment where, like, Scar has Mufasa, like, hanging, and Mufasa's all like, save me. And Scar is like, long live the king, right? It's like, yeah, long live the rightful king, Scar, who should have inherited all of this. Like, Scar is not the bad guy. Scar is the one who got screwed over. Like, are you kidding me? It puts such a different spin on the entire Lion King story.
And also between VA work between Jeremy Irons and James Earl Jones, I'm gonna go Jeremy Irons, honestly.
Although, yeah, to be fair, like I've not seen any of the Disney live action movies. I
Me
think it's
neither.
funny that they call the Lion King ones live action. 'Cause
Live
it's like,
action.
no, that's just there's no lions here. Like that's just CGI. What the fuck do you mean? Like
I love Seth Rogen's line of it's if Disney says it's live action, it's live action. Basically, like I'm getting paid, and I will say whatever they want me to say.
So I've not had the Lion King ruined for me, and the Lion King 2 direct to VHS sequel was an absolute banger.
Yeah, no, I actually have not watched the live actions, but when I read that was the premise, I was like, that's it. You ruined one of my favorite Disney movies. Like, how could you?
I'm
How
pretty
could
sure
you
you
do this?
didn't you call your parents right after you saw the trailer,
Not after I saw the trailer. After I read like
the synopsis.
the synopsis,
You just-
like the plot,
You
and I
could
was
just
like,
pretend it's non-canon, just like didn't happen.
Alternate timelines.
Like, yeah, that just didn't
It still
happen.
ruins
That's
it for me.
non-canon.
it still ruins
like-
it for me. I was like,
It's
I
like
can't believe you've done
the
this.
fourth Indiana Jones film didn't happen. Like there's
the
only
Crystal
3
Skull?
Die Hard movies.
So
Like-
bad. It was so fucking bad. It was so fucking
Yeah.
bad.
See? I
There's
just-
only 3 Die Hard movies. They stopped after 3. Nothing else exists. Like
Oh, it's
To be
just so
fair,
painful.
Live Free or Die Hard was fun. It wasn't a good Die Hard movie, but it was fun.
Also, I
Justin Long was terrible in it though, for the record.
I don't agree with any Die Hard movie where John McClane cannot say "yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker" because it's
Valid.
12.
That's I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Yeah,
Unacceptable behavior. Like,
100%.
Ooh.
I
I feel like we've went off on a massive tangent.
That's
Listen,
fine.
it's fine. Listen, here's how we bring it all back. Okay, here's how we bring it all back. The Lion King has had video games. It is still video game related, but even the video game Lion King is then ruined when you realize what intentions you were playing with, and you should not. Even as Simba, you should not be the rightful king. Okay, Scar should have been able to have kids and have his own like line of succession. But no, Mufasa came in and ruined everything. You're actually the villain. Sorry, not sorry.
Well, can I then offer you the Lion King 2 Simba's Pride that has Scar's son in it, who then gets eventually brought back into the Pride and becomes king after Simba. So
Beautiful.
order restored,
Oh.
everything made better by the Lion King 2 Simba's Pride, the best Lion King movie. Yeah, we did it. We did it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I accept.
You know, there's some weird convoluted Back to the Future joke probably somewhere in that line of movies, but I don't know how to explain it.
Which also had a video game. It was a Telltale game and it wasn't great. See, we're still talking about video
Oh my
game
God,
adjacent things. It's fine.
The Back to the Future Telltale game was fucking terrible.
So long. It just felt, I think it was only like 6 hours long, but it felt like it was my
I
entire
never
life.
finished
It
it.
when I
was
playing it.
they went so hard to the point where I'm like, this feels like the old point and click games, but you get no hints whatsoever. Like, no, figure it out. It's like I don't know what I can and can't interact with in this game because it's 3D.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Oh no.
No. Oh, poor
I think
Telltale.
Yeah, my hot take is most of the Telltale games are kind of bad, and people just only played the really good ones and then thought they were like a banging studio.
I played
Like-
most of them. That's the thing. I would say The Walking Dead was their strongest. 100% The Walking Dead was their strongest, and that's the one that everyone touts is like the best. I preferred the Wolf Among Us, but I also like the Fables comics.
Oh, Fable.
The Batman one was
The first one was
okay.
good. I think the second one was
Yeah.
not as good.
I didn't play the second one.
Yeah,
The Game of Thrones one was
the Game of Thrones one was so genuinely terrible that
yeah.
it's the only time that I've felt genuine anger at a game studio for making a game as I was playing it. And if it wasn't for the fact there was like a gamer score associated to it, and I used to be more of an achievement hunter, I would never have finished it. Like I was fuming by the time I finished that game. like so angry to the point that I think I like went online to just trash it, and I would never do that. I was so fucking angry. I was like, "What do you mean? This is the worst. This is slop. Like you deserve to go under. Fuck off!" Like,
I mean, it was very much, I think, a reflection of a cash grab where like just like everyone was pulling the Game of Thrones IP into everything. Board games, video games, and again, I still love that Game of Thrones. Does anybody talk about it now?
No.
No.
And that TV ending is the only ending you're gonna get. So
yep. I also stand by. I stand by that too. We're never getting those last 2 books, ever.
No.
Which does make me sad because I read the books before the TV show came out, and I'm like, George R. R. Martin, please, it's been 14 years.
Yeah, but now he's too busy being like, oh, let me put story into Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Like,
yeah.
How about you focus on your biggest IP, you jerk? You're not gonna live that long the way you be looking, okay? So like, can you just finish what you can finish?
Yeah.
And like, I get it, you know, like the American diet sucks, like all these things suck, like I get it, but could you just finish the game? I'm convinced that like he knows he's not gonna finish it, and he just built a world that is too big, and he's like, well, maybe if I just put something else out that people enjoy, people will forget. No, people are not gonna forget. Okay, they're gonna be like, yeah, Elden Ring was cool and all, but can you finish the books?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I think the biggest travesty, like, because I started the books after the series came out, but I like read them so rapidly that I did get ahead of where the show was at a point. And I'm like, you left so many good characters just on the cutting room floor. Like you didn't even touch the story in Dorne at all, and it was a good story. And it's like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna get the Sand Sisters and Ilaria Martell, and I'm like, the worst portrayal of a house in that show, and I'm like. There was so much more to this house, and you just and your portrayal of them is like they're vindictive and they poisoned a kid. And I'm like, that there was a little more to it than that. But
you know what? That's the type of thing that could make a actually good Game of Thrones game. Stop fucking just focusing on like Westeros and just the same characters that we saw like in the TV show. Right? Because I think that's where some of these games really fall apart, because like you're just focused on this, where this man has already created this big universe, right? You could focus these games anywhere else, and you would have more creative freedom with a game instead of trying to pigeonhole it into certain things, right? Because if you've only played the game, or if you've only like seen the TV show, you don't have all the background that you got from the books, right? So it's like, basic game in Dorne, basic game anywhere else, let people explore this vast universe that you have, and like maybe then people will stop bothering you about like where's the rest of the books, because they'll be able to create their own sort of like trajectory in another part of the world.
I can't believe it's taken them so long, because I know it was announced, and I think it's coming out next year, to make a strategy game based in Westeros. Like, you have Game of Thrones, like, fucking casino slots on your phone before they were like, oh, let's do just Westeros, or, like, the Game of Thrones world, but Civ. Like, it's like, obviously.
Yeah.
Do, like, a Crusader Kings or something like that that's all just based around the politics and the houses.
Yeah.
And you don't have to set it in any time in living memory that Jon Snow has to be there or anything like that.
No.
Just do that, and people would love it. And it's taken them this long before they've even went, oh, maybe we should do like a strategy game or something. And this game that's all in this world that's all about vying for political influence and trying to like become king. It's like, oh shit.
Oh, people might like this. Really?
The best, I stand by it. The best book he did was A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, because it's based in that world. But it's like it's so tangential to the story, you know, at that point, because it happens so much earlier. And I think the only character that exists that is still within the storylines is Aegon Targaryen. He's the only one. And beyond that, it's like it's just the houses. Like that's all you'll have the context for, is what does Westeros look like? Who are the big player houses at the end of the day?
They're making a show about that, aren't they? It's getting its own spin-off.
Another Seven King. That's what I had heard, that they're going to do a show about, which it has potential, because it very much is kind of just like a tell some stories of just a night going around. That's literally all that book was, and it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has potential. I think it's just, I mean, House of the Dragon hasn't hit anywhere near like the rabid fan base that
No.
like Game of Thrones had at its peak, right? Because I think there were a lot of people that just fell off after like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's necessarily in HBO's best interest to like then do another sort of spin-off, or if that's going to be too much fatigue, right, of the same thing. I do kind of also feel like some of the sort of high fantasy love has died out because I think some people started to get
Yeah.
like fatigued with
Yeah.
that too.
I
So
think it was just tough. There was so much
plus
between House of the Dragon, between
Rings
Rings
of
of
Power,
Power, and also
Wheel of Time.
Wheel of Time. It's like you had so many high fantasy, and again, as somebody who does love high fantasy books, they're dense. They're
Mm-hmm.
dense, and there's just
Yeah.
a lot that you have to keep track of in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think that's probably why the Knight of Seven Kingdoms could work though, because you're no, because obviously House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones, there are dragons and stuff like that, but it's set in
yeah,
a period of Westeros where there's not really
Mm-hmm.
like there's no high fantasy elements really.
yeah.
As you say, it's just like Dunk and Egg going about doing their
Duncan,
little stuff.
Duncan, Duncan, Duncan Egg, and Egg basically being like, "You're dumb, and here's why." Basically
Yeah,
talking smack to
Mm-hmm.
Dunk the entire time.
yeah. Just make it a buddy cop movie. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
no, do lean into that of it rather than any
Yeah.
of the high fantasy stuff and things.
yeah.
Yeah,
You'd
It gives Monster of the Week vibes. You
It
could literally
does.
do like a Monster
It
of the Week
does.
style thing with that series because you only
yeah,
would really need to maybe have an episode or two per whatever short little story burst you want to
Mm-hmm.
tell. So
yeah,
Yeah. You'd almost have to pitch it like when you do a trailer for it or something, because I know a lot of times where it's like the trailer pops up and within the first 5 seconds it says like set within the world of Game of Thrones, right? You almost have to like not say that until the last 5 seconds, right? Like
yeah,
give people the trailer to get excited about on its own and
yeah,
not tie it back to this other stuff.
yeah.
Like so
I
that
would
way
agree.
the expectation is not that it's this high fantasy. The
Hmm.
expectation is it's these two dudes who are in this medieval world and this is, because I think there is a different element or a different expectation when you say it's based in a medieval time versus it's a high fantasy, right?
Hmm.
So it's like
yeah,
set the expectation that it's set medieval, not that
Yeah.
it's a high fantasy thing. So I think that's like, if they do it, I think that's really how they should consider trying to pitch it. And maybe after the first trailer or two, then saying, "Oh yeah, it's set in this world," right? Like,
Yeah.
but don't don't keep relying on the it's a prequel to this because people did not enjoy how you ended it. So maybe saying it's a prequel is not going to
I
be the
think
best
I
way.
think the tough thing though is how do you could shoot a trailer, but it's like the tough thing is because especially the world of Westeros, so much is built on house sigils and signs. It's like it's emblazoned everywhere in
It
that
is. I
universe.
mean, it's emblazoned everywhere, but it's emblazoned for the people who remember those at this point,
Valid.
right? Like some
Yeah.
people won't remember those, or don't forget, there's also the audience that never actually watched it or
Yeah.
never got that far or never like.
Hmm.
So it gives you a chance. The people who remember them are gonna watch that trailer and be like, "Wait a second, that's this, right?" Yes, they're gonna be the
It's
Leonardo
the Leonardo
DiCaprio meme,
DiCaprio pointing at the whistling and pointing at the TV.
right? So I think that's how
yeah.
you could do it. But what do I know? I don't work in TV production. I'm just a girl who likes to talk too much about things that I probably don't know enough about. What do I know?
But that's what Girl Pod is for.
That
Like,
is. That is. It's also for our guest, since you are the guest here, to
Hmm.
give us a game recommendation. It does not have to be cozy unless there's a cozy game that you think we would actually enjoy.
No,
But
I'm
give
not
us
gonna
a
bother.
game or a
I'm not gonna bother with YouTube. I'm not gonna bother with a cozy game rec for YouTube. Only because also too is that there's such a wide swath of cozy games that it'd be
Mhm.
hard to pinpoint one cozy game that I've liked because they all itch a very different scritch for me at the end of the day. Like this one tells a really good story. I really like the kind of like gameplay that exists in this one. I just really like the graphics in this one. The story's kind of meh, but it looks pretty. What is a game that I would recommend for you two?
Yeah, recommend us something good.
Mm.
Tell me something good.
Okay. I'm actually gonna recommend. I'm gonna recommend one. I didn't. This wasn't like a holy shit. I love this game with all my heart,
Mhm.
but this is a game that I did actually play recently. I'm gonna be writing up the review of it at some point. I don't know when, but
Okay, don't
because
worry about it.
it's already out. So it's already out. It's
Yeah.
been out. It's called Sorry We're Closed.
Okay.
Sorry We're Closed.
Okay.
It is a the graphical style very much is reminiscent of like the old Resident Evils, a little bit better in terms of quality, but kind of like the blocky graphics, kind of a little bit horror themed. But basically, it's a story of demons, angels, love. What does love mean? Can love transcend barriers? You know, what also being accepting of love.
Mhm.
What do you mean when you say you love somebody? It kind of plays with a lot of those ideas. End of the day, it's kind of a puzzle. It has some puzzle elements. It has some shooter elements. It has some. It very much it's reminiscent of like the. I think of the Resident Evils where it's kind of like not fully top down, but like you have like the
A
fixed
fixed
camera
camera
angle,
angle. Yeah.
and you
So.
cannot. But here's the thing: you can swap to first person view to fight, and you can have
Oh.
full 360 view. But don't get me wrong, the graphics still look like that quality of
Mhm.
graphic, but yeah, I think it's a really cool story. It tells some really interesting, and the cool thing about it was too, it's got 3 different endings. I only played one of them, and that's the cool thing is that it does very much hinge on the choices that you make and choose who you choose to help and who you choose to screw over at the end of the day.
I do like
Oh,
So
games
that
where
sounds really
choices matter.
interesting.
yeah,
Yeah. That sounds fun. That sounds really fun.
yeah,
Definitely check that out.
yeah.
And hey, I don't even have to buy it because if you played
You
it, that
don't.
means I already.
It's still installed on the PlayStation right now. I haven't uninstalled it yet.
Love that for me.
I will. It has a demo on Steam, and it is on offer. It's currently 25% off on Steam. Also,
Yeah, there you
Nice.
go.
so here you go. Amazing.
All right, so that's your rec. So Sean, I know we're well, I know this and V knows this. You don't know this. We're getting ready to wrap up. So besides Gamer Social Club, where can people find you?
In my apartment. um, you can find me
Yes,
on
uh-huh.
Twitch. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/King of the Cask. I stream. I play games badly. I make bad jokes and I eat bugs on stream too. So if you're into that kind of stuff too, that's what I do there. I post a decent amount of stuff to YouTube. A lot of it's just VODs and shorts from streaming. I also write on GSC. I do the game reviews. I do a lot of the news stuff. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Insta. Yeah.
All right.
Can't think of anything else to promote.
We'll put the links down below. You have a bio link, so we'll put your bio link below. I'm pretty sure you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
one.
yeah.
If not, I'll just make you make
Yeah.
one before
No,
I put
I
this
have
YouTube
one. I
description.
have one.
And that's our show. So Sean, thank you for joining us and being our first official guest on Girl Pod.
I feel honored to be the first guest, and I would love to come back whenever you want me. If you ever feel the need, I will step in and be the sacrificial lamb to yammer about stuff and go on weird tangents. I still don't know how we ended up at some of those tangents at
Listen,
this point.
No,
that's
that's
what
the beauty
Girl
of Girl
Pod is
Pod.
all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the news podcast sticks to the news, right? And the party chat talks about whatever topic they have and then sometimes plays a game. And we say, here's what we say we're going to talk about. And then we just go wherever that leads us.
Yeah.
We let it
Yeah.
take us. So again, thank you for joining us on these weird tangents. And for those of you who are listening, thank you for joining us today. Don't forget, you can catch V on that much more structured weekly news podcast. You can catch King down on the links we'll put down below. You can catch me on Twitch and Gamer Social Club. Check out all of the articles, the reviews, the editorials, the news over on gamersocialclub.ca. And if you need more gamers to chat with, be sure to join the Discord where the link will be in the description. Like, share, subscribe, share this with your gamer friends. They need to hear these random tangents too. Maybe they're as upset about Mufasa's backstory as I am. Maybe they are also a dude who's like, nah, fam, I love my cozy games. Let me tell you the ones that you didn't talk about. Send it to them so they can tell us in the comments below. Tell us something that you thought we did really well. Tell us something that you thought we didn't do so well so we can fix it for next time. And if you're listening on a podcast service, please feel free to add that 5-star review and like it. And from us to you, have a great day and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.